African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that.
As Latinos, we need to have more empathy for the Cubans being wrongly deported, because no, we don't, okay? This is exactly what you wanted. Inadvertently, you voted for this, all right? I'm reminded of that little jingle, I will vote for Donald Trump. And now that they're getting deported, I think, cogete a Donald Trump. You voted yourselves out. You voted your family members out by voting him in. You thought that it was only going to be los negritos, you know, the ones that look like me that were going to be, you know, deported, okay?
Yo, people next! Yo, people next! Where is that, motherfucker? Yeah, get the fuck out of here! You're gonna go to hell! Don't be praying for Jesus, because I know you pray for Jesus, bitch!
This comment was racially motivated because you had a Hispanic ICE agent and you had a white ICE agent, but you targeted the black ICE agent. No smoke for your own people and no smoke for the white man.
Now that brother explained the situation with how a lot of the immigrants feel, that a lot of them are jealous and downright furious that black Americans can't be deported. Now, let me get to you what it really is, what they really thought about America. See, they thought that the United States of America is a white man's country. I'm going to repeat it again. The immigrants thought in the United States it's a white man's country, and we're here as a immigrant because this is a white man's country. And what the immigrants are finding out, oh no, baby, it's the black man's country too. The black American man and woman and children's country too. And that we can't be deported because we are the foundation of this country. We built this country. So we say we built the country. Well, you are the foundation of this country. That's why some people are saying foundational black Americans.
Now, some people got really upset when they realized that black Americans cannot be deported from their country that their ancestors helped to build. And oh boy, soon as people started talking about this openly, emotions went through the roof. A lot of people like to say, go to your country during arguments, but suddenly they got uncomfortable and they were reminded that black Americans have been in America for hundreds of years. The conversation got really heated. People pointed out that black Americans are not immigrants like many people try to say it. Their history in America is tied to slavery, forced labor, segregation, civil rights, and struggles, and building the country. When that truth came up, a lot of people didn't know what exactly to say. Some got defensive, others got angry and furious. Some admitted that society really talks honestly about black Americans being rooted in American history and culture. The conversation got more intense when people started asking tough questions. If black Americans can't just be told to go somewhere else, why do many people still treat them like outsiders in a country of their own? And honestly, that question made the discussion even more explosive. Now, my loves, I want you to get into the video. Let's quickly watch the video. Let's react to it. Let's quickly get into the video and come back for more discussions.
So Donald Trump, not in these exact words, but basically admitted this week that a lot of the things that he's been doing, a lot of the policies, a lot of the executive orders that he's been signing off on was all made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. It was made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. All right, so on Tuesday, Donald Trump made an appearance, right, on CNBC's Squawk Box. And on that platform, he actually made a lot of commentary in regards to the situation with the deportations, migrant workers, the state of America's agriculture, and he made comments on inner city people not doing farm work. I want you to always remember that when they mention inner city, that means black. In Donald Trump's exact words, people that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They've tried. We've tried. Everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. They don't get a bad back because if they get a bad back, they die. He also went on to say that they are very, very, very special people and they cannot be easily replaced. Remember what I said, anytime that they mention the words inner city people, inner city communities, inner city neighborhoods, that's black. That's code for black, blackity black, okay? Black people. And it is because of that exact commentary that it reconfirms for me, okay? Not confirms, but reconfirms, meaning that I already knew. But it reconfirms that the plan from the very beginning with these executive orders, right, was to further destabilize black communities, further destabilize poor communities, but black mainly, so that you could put pressure on these communities so that you could get them to go back into the field.
We've been seeing videos ever since ICE has started raiding people. We first started seeing the Latinos. They started telling us originally that, you know what, hey, black Americans, if you don't support us with ICE, you're next. You're going to be deported. And we're like, no, we're not. But you'll find out. And then they started to eventually find out, wait a minute, black Americans can't be deported? Then Africans and Caribbeans and different people throughout the diaspora found this out. Then you had Arabs and all these other groups, Indians and everybody finding out black Americans can't be deported. And a lot of them are utterly shocked. They're like, what? They can't be deported? And the reason they feel that way is because of one reason. Now stay tuned, because I want you to make sure you hear exactly the reason. Now they have this African brother that's going to tell you a lot of what they're saying and what is rooted in why they're saying about they upset about us cannot be deported.
Man, what's going on TikTok? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But check this out. Man, I noticed something with this deportation thing. I just couldn't figure it out. I said it in my video, but I just never thought about it. These people keep saying we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported. They projecting because we the only people that didn't immigrate here. We didn't migrate here. We're not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't had us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't going to lie. They were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that, and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast. You know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans, you know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have.
I just seen a video on here where African girl is on here saying, oh, well, ICE is now deporting black Americans. What the fuck is they gonna deport us to, bitch? They gonna deport me back to St. Louis where my daddy from, bitch? They want it to be us so bad. They're not after us. See, we've been fighting these motherfuckers for generations and generations. They can't send us anywhere. Okay? It's nowhere for them to send us. This is our land just as much as it is theirs. We built this motherfucker. Didn't you hear what Trump said? It's us. The fuck is y'all talking about? And truly, we was here before them. And then y'all want to get on here and talk shit about us. And then turn around and ask us to unite with you guys. If we probably gonna unite with any fucking body, it'll probably be the Mexicans. Duh. And stop saying that I'm African. I'm not African. My ancestors are Cherokee and Choctaw Indians. You know, with the feathers. That's me. That's us. But it's okay. Y'all don't have to drag us into y'all bullshit. I mean, we get it. Trump is doing a damn fool on everybody. But at the end of the day, why y'all gotta pull us in it? They can't send us nowhere. Where they gonna send me to? Where's they gonna send us to? They gonna send my brother back to goddamn Chicago? I mean, what is going on?
I want to say this. There is a lot of rhetoric flying around on this app and online criticizing us about taking pride in delineating ourselves from other ethnic groups. And I'm here to tell you that it is a-okay for us to be proud of our unique heritage, whether you call yourself African American, Black American, foundational Black American, Negro. Our descendants were enslaved Africans. And we, through those hundreds of years of building this country, not immigrants. Immigrants contributed to the country that was already here when they arrived. But Black Americans, our forced labor, built this nation. It's okay for us to be proud of our heritage and the culture that we create that is the tastemaker of the world. Don't let anybody, either from within our community or from without, try to discourage you and tell you that it is wrong for us to delineate ourselves because we are an ethnic group that again is unique in the world. Something else I want to address too is that a lot of those same people who try to criticize us for taking pride in our heritage, they also say, well, you Black Americans need to stop talking about reparations because you will never get it. Let me remind you all of something. Chattel slavery in this country lasted for hundreds of years. There were people who were born, lived, and died when chattel slavery was a legal institution. And if you had asked those people, hey, are those enslaved folks ever going to be free? They would tell you, hell no, that's their lot in life. That is the natural order of things. And many folks still believe that. Guess what? They were wrong. Before 2008, if you had asked a lot of people in the United States of America, will there ever be a Black man as president of the United States? They would say, I don't think so. Even I probably would have told you that. And then the presidential election of 2008 happened, and we elected a Black man married to a Black woman with Black children as president of the United States of America, not once, but twice consecutively. We may not live to see it, then again we may. But financial reparations are due to Black Americans. It is not something that this country is giving us. Because again, our ancestors built this nation and the foundations. I don't care how many people who privately or on public platforms say that immigrants or anybody else built the United States of America. The fact and the reality remains it was Black Americans and our descendants who built this nation. Give a side eye to anybody who criticizes us for taking pride in who we are, and definitely people who try to tell us that we don't need to continue to talk about reparations because we will never get it. The fact that you are looking at me and I'm looking at you is proof of what is possible. And often at one point in time, what is now possible was considered.
Now, a lot of people became very uncomfortable when they realized something that completely changes the way we talk about race and belonging in America. Black Americans are not people who just got here recently and can be told to leave anytime when people get angry or disagree. Their history in America goes back hundreds of years. It's tied to slavery, forced labor, segregation, the civil rights movement, and actually building the country. When people started talking about this, things got intense. For a time, people have been saying things like, go back to your country, during arguments, during protests about race. When Black Americans hear this conversation, things get complicated really fast because they're like, where am I supposed to go? Where? A lot of Black Americans can't even find out where their ancestors came from because slavery messed up their records, languages, family names, and cultural connections. Their ancestors were brought to America by force by time ago. Over time, Black Americans created their own culture, identity, and history that is deeply rooted in the America. This makes a lot of people uncomfortable because it shows that Black people are not outsiders in these countries. That is where the real tension starts. Many Black people learn about history in pieces, not really understanding how important Black Americans are to the story history of America. People talk about slavery, segregation, and civil rights. They do not really think about what these things mean. Slavery lasted for centuries in America. Black Americans built a lot of countries' economy through forced labor. After slavery ended, segregation laws still restricted communities for generations. Then came the civil rights, where Black Americans fought for rights that people take it for granted even today. So when people say, if you don't like America, leave. So when people say, if you don't like America, leave, many others say our ancestors helped build this country while being treated badly. This changes the conversation immediately. These discussions get emotional because they're about identity, citizenship, history, race, and belonging all at once. Some people get defensive because they think they are being blamed for the things that happened a time ago. Others get frustrated because Black Americans are treated like outsiders even though they have roots in this country. When these emotions clash online, the discussion gets explosive. This topic keeps coming up because people mix up race, nationality, and immigration. Being Black does not mean someone is from another country. Being America is not one race. Being American is not one race. Black Americans are not immigrants, despite what some people think during heated discussions. This misunderstanding is why these arguments get so intense. Someone made a comment that summed it up. People tell Black Americans to leave America. They forget that America is the only home many of them have known for generations. This hit hard for a lot of people. No matter what people think about politics, the history is real. Black Americans have shaped music, sports, culture, language, entertainment, food, activism, military, history, literature, and so on, from jazz to hip-hop, from rights to sports. Not just America, but the whole world, my loves. Americans often experience a social contradiction, their influential culture. Many people online ask, how can you tell people to leave a country their ancestors were forced into and helped to build? Now, my loves, one thing I'll always say and I'll always urge the Black Americans to do is to mind their own business. Remember, these are the same voices, the same group of people who will be on the front lines checking, why are Black people not protesting with us? Where are these people? Why are they not concerned that some people why are they not concerned that we have our people who are being deported? You know, it's like Black Americans are meant to mind everybody's business. Now the fact that now Black Americans are now focusing on their businesses, their career, their goals, their families, their communities, now this is making people to wonder, how about Trump to deport back all these Black Americans because they're no longer helping the country? Like, what are they doing here? Another day to remind my Black people, focus on your career. That thing you wanted to do, my love, go ahead and do it, because these same people that we try to intervene for, the same type of people that we try to defend, are the same voices behind our backs. They will be the ones talking badly the way Black people can't mind their business. Right now they are wondering, why can't Trump deport these people back to their country? What are they doing here? Let me tell you something. These voices, like, I believe you've watched the video, you can hear them talking with desperate voices. And when they say that, why are Black Americans not deported? My loves, there's more. They simply mean, we don't want you Blacks here. We don't want to be challenged by you. We don't want you to take our power. We don't want you to share our power with us. We just don't want anything to do with you Blacks. And that kind of fear, my love, it can turn to desperation. You know, for decades, they've been saying that Black people, Black Americans, are the biggest problem. If this bunch of people, if they're just removed out of that particular country, my loves, they feel like their community will be shaped better. Their community will be doing much better than having these people right now. My loves, these people are so disturbed when they just sit down and watch how educated our Black Americans are, how they run their businesses so effectively, so smoothly, how they lead. Let me tell you, most of these Black Americans, they're really sharp over here. Not only Black Americans, but also, just let me clarify them and say generally, Black people, they're usually so wise, educated. You'll just find them leading, you know, influencing culture and so on and so on. Now when these MAGA supporters, when they sit down and watch such kind of thing, they feel so bad. My loves, let's keep the conversation ongoing. Let me hear your thoughts down below. And if you haven't subscribed, my love, make sure you hit the subscription button. Thank you so much. One love.